Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. We in there, 33 years of prison stories, man. We on the road to 100K, man. Let's get it. I can't get it without you, and y'all can't get it without me. So let's help each other. Spread this message, man. Spread this movement. You know, spread this positive movement, this positive energy. You know, keep these young fellas up out of this dungeon. With that being said, man, I appreciate everybody who liked the video. I appreciate everybody who subscribed. If you are new to the channel, I appreciate you. You're welcome. Thank you for coming over here. You are very welcome here. This is where you need to be. This is where we got that positive energy. We got that good positive reinforcement. And we trying to change some lives, man, and save some lives. This story right here, man, it's a wild one. I thought about it the other day because I was talking to somebody and this came up, so I recanted that story, and they asked me have I told that story, and I was like, no. So I'm gonna give it to y'all right now. This happened in Nottoway, 2020. Yeah, 2020. Yeah. Same year I made parole. Same year I made parole. Same place. And this is just a testament to how tough it is, man, to get out of the penitentiary. How tough it is to get out of the penitentiary, let alone get out there alive, you know, and not be carried out. It's a difficult navigation, man. It's a very difficult navigation. And I can remember being in the block. I have been in the block now since 2014. So I'm pretty much known in the block. Everybody know who I am. Everybody know what I'm about. They know how I move. You know, they know what I'm going for, what I ain't going for. So I'm known. So I can remember when this dude, I'm the barber. I'm also the barber in the block. You know, I can't forget that. That's very important to this story. And there's only one barber in the block, and that's me. And I operate how I want to operate. I work on my own schedule. That's the one job that you can have in the penitentiary where you have to be qualified, certified, you know, have a license, and they don't sweat you. You know, they ain't on top of you all day. They let you work at your own schedule. I know I got 84 people here to cut, you know, and I cut them at my leisure. You know, I cut them on my schedule. And they know that because I've already laid the groundwork, so dudes know how I work, they know when I work, and they know when they can get their hair cut. So, you know, that's the layout of the land as far as the block. This the block that I was in with some of the people in that I've told y'all stories about. Jerry Jenkins, my old cellie, first cellie. Keith, Mr. Coffee, my cellie at this time. Peanut is in there. That's my soldier. He was in that block with me. He's still locked up, fighting for his liberation. Shout out Alan Shaw. Goldie was in this block. You know, Big Worm was in this block. A lot of dudes was in this block, man, that I have spoke about in these videos. This dude right here, he came and moved in the block, man. Big dude, man. Real big dude. Real big booming voice, man, named PREME. You know, they call him PREME, short for Supreme. New York cat, you know, 5%er. If y'all know what that is, that's 5%er. That's a religion, part of a Muslim religion. Their own separate entity, but you know, just some famous 5%ers that I can think of off the top of my head. Y'all can look them up and get that information. Erykah Badu is a 5%er. All of the Wu-Tang Clan was 5%ers. Those are the people that I'm talking about, they live that a certain type of lifestyle with a certain type of belief. All right, now, you know, most of them, a lot of them come from New York because the origin of that religion comes from New York. They say the founder of that religion, if I'm not mistaken, is Clarence 13X, and you know, a lot of dudes from New York, they follow that 5% religion. So PREME was no different. He was 5%. And then normally in the penitentiary, normally all of these 5%ers, they some righteous dudes, man. They enlightened, they smart, they sharp, they, you know, very wise, man, and very well read. They do a lot of reading and stuff like that. But, you know, mind you, I've told y'all in videos before, and we talking about New York cats, you know, and I don't want to get it twisted. I don't want y'all to feel like I got something personal against New York cats. I do not personally. You know what I'm saying? My actual biological father was living in New York, you know, for much of his life, you know. In fact, the end of his life came in New York. So I ain't got nothing against New York. I got family in New York and everything. But I will say with total confidence, I always feel like New York dudes feel like they better than everybody else. And especially when you're talking about New York and DC. They always seem like they got a little underlying, you know, something against dudes from DC. I don't know what it is. They feel threatened by our swag. They feel threatened by our confidence or whatever it is. But they always seem to bump heads with, you know what I'm saying, with us, especially in the system, in Virginia system anyway. You know, and that has always been true. And anybody who was in there will, you know, testify to the same thing. But so he moved in the block, you know, and like I say, a big dude, man, he probably 400. You know, if he ain't 400, he close to it. And probably about 6'3", 6'4". He a big dude, real big old dude. Big old booming voice. And he always, you know, he a jovial kind of dude. He'll throw you off with all that. He always laughing. You don't really know where he coming from. He always laughing as he talk. Y'all know the type, you know, yeah, what's up? Yeah, well, what happened? Yeah. That type of dude, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I read character, you know, my own reading on people. And, that, you know, when I first met him, you know, I had the New York thing going on, his size, the way he talked, the way he, you know, moving. And he think he's smarter than everybody else. Now, take nothing from him. He's an intelligent dude. But there's levels of intelligence. You know, you have dudes that's intelligent, that's book intelligent. You have dudes that's street intelligent. You have dudes that's survival intelligent. It's a lot of different type of levels to intellect, you know. And he felt like he was what he called himself in his supreme. He's supreme. He's smarter than everybody. He's sharper than everybody. You know what I'm saying? He wiser than everybody. He's slicker than everybody. He gave me that type of aura when I first met him. I had another dude that was in the block at the time. There was a little homeboy that, you know, we call homies, you know, from out of that DMV area. And his name was Fox. And Fox was cool little dude. He was low key. He had just got caught up and, you know, ended up getting locked up and got hit in the head with a good little bit that he got to do. And he got cool with the dude. They got super cool. Now, me and Fox was already cool before he went in there. But this became Fox Road Dog. You know, and you can't determine why other people click and other people don't. I can see things in them that didn't rub me the right way, but at the same time, I'm super cool with Fox. But Fox see things in him that he just rocked with him, and they just, you know what I'm saying, they bonded. You know what I'm saying? They was like, you know what I'm saying, they probably was closer to each other than they was to anybody else in the block, including Fox with me. Fox probably was way closer with him, or became way closer with him after he got in the block than even he was with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the big homie. But that's just how it go. You know what I'm saying? And I don't knock that. I don't get in the way of that. I don't down talk another dude. I don't do nothing. But the way I perceive you is the way that I'm going to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? And me and PREME, I could, you know, and then I started seeing this manipulation. You know, it didn't take long. You know, he started inserting his will on people with his size and his slickness and his sharp talking. You know, he started trying to, you know, manipulate the phone and oh man, I can't even tell you about the food because, like I say, he a big dude, so he got to eat. He want to eat and he gonna eat. So he always going to the kitchen. I didn't play the kitchen, so it didn't never really You know, I never was really in that arena with him to know what really was going on, but I knew about him. You know, he'd go over there and, you know, they got what you call try to beat the deuce, man. That means he gonna try to get 2, 3, 4 trays if he can get it. You know what I'm saying? When you don't supposed to have but one. If they catch you, they gonna give you a charge. They call it beating the deuce. You trying to get, you know, double up on the trays. He always gonna do that because he got to feed that, he got to feed that size, man. He got to feed it. You know what I'm saying? So he is what you would call a tray master. You know what I'm saying? He owned them trays. Now, with that being said, like I say, that's giving you a general idea of his characteristics and the way he moved. Also, the brother was a barber, so he cut hair. So he immediately come in and then he like, well, who the barber in here? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, son. I mean, I cut too. I'm nice with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm super nice with it. So, you know, he found out I was the barber, whatnot, or whatever. And he, you know, he used to be like, you know, they don't got but one barber in here. They ain't got 2 barbers, son. They supposed to have 2 barbers, son. He want a job as a barber, you know, but he can't get the job because I got the job. You see what I'm saying? So now he's trying to angle that away where he can get the job. Plus the job is the highest paying job as far as prison jobs. You know what I'm saying? We don't get the highest paid money. We get a whopping 45 cents an hour. You know what I'm saying? 45 cents an hour, you know. So that's top pay in the penitentiary, you know. So he started angling, trying to get a job. He started pulling up on the sergeants and talking about, man, don't they get another barber? You know, we need 2 barbers, you know. This man responsible for cutting 80-some people head, man. You know, I'm a barber, man. I'm certified, da. Woo, woo, woo. So I don't feel threatened by that. It don't faze me because I'm doing what I'm doing. But then he also go and try to get other dudes to solicit to the sergeants and the supervisors, did they need another barber? Which would imply that the barber you already have is not doing his job, right? That's the way I looked at it. I still ain't, you know, I ain't say nothing, but I looked at it like that. I'm filing all of this stuff in my inventory. You know what I'm saying? I'm filing all these moves and all this because it ain't nothing came directly at me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at these things and I'm looking at the way he's moving and the things he's doing and the you know, the little shiestiness involved in it, which made me keep my distance from him. And when I mean keep my distance, mean I don't just go sit there and chop it up with him, which I didn't do with a lot of dudes anyway, but I ain't just sit there and chop it up with him. We speak or whatever he speak, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So then came to the point where he started asking me stuff like, hey, yo, Bank, let me holler at you, son. Let me holler at you for a minute. Hey, yo, can I use the clippers so I can cut son's head? Son want me to cut his head. Can I use the clippers? And I'm like, you know, bruh, you can't use the clippers. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is where the problem starts. Okay, now he's going to look at it from his perspective, like, why can't he use the clippers? They state clippers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he can take the tape, like, try to look at it like, well, you protecting the state stuff, you know, like I'm state struck or something, like I'm so far gone, I'm protecting the state property and all of this. This is a big thing in the penitentiary, you know, being state struck, where they feel like you so locked in with administration now, or you so pro administration that you gonna do all this and all this. Nah, I'm doing what I supposed to do. See what I'm saying? The people have already put a mandate out, say, do not loan these clippers out. If anybody else get caught with these clippers, you gonna get fined, period. And you gonna get a charge, you know, for giving out the property. You and you alone are responsible for these clippers. You know what I'm saying? They have made that emphatically clear. Everybody in the block know they have made that emphatically clear. I'm sure the block he came from, he know it's emphatically clear in that block. You see what I'm saying? Now, what somebody else gonna do, or another barber in another block might want to take those risks and want to, you know, because he want to be cool with his homeboy. Yeah, go ahead, use the clippers, blah, blah, blah. And if you get caught, it's on you. But I ain't taking that chance. I ain't taking it for you because I don't even really rock with you, period. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But even if I did, I'm not, because I'm not going to get no charge or I'm not gonna lose my job because you ain't gonna give me the money that the state giving me. You not gonna get that charge above me and help me get up out of the penitentiary because I'm trying to help you. Nah, I'm not gonna break my legs so you can walk. You know, and this was my stance on the situation. But he was like, and I could see the look on his face. He was like, nah, I mean, son, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, son, I'll take him in my cell, son. I cut it in my cell, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, we're not going to get into doing that because we're not going to keep doing it. So why start doing it? You see what I'm saying? I said, I don't give them out. I said, when I finish with them, when I check them out, because I got to check them out the booth. When I check them out, you know what I'm saying? They're going to inventory, they're going to look, make sure everything there, everything right, woo, woo, woo. Got to sign for them, turn them back in. I said, when I finish cutting, man, I turn them back in. I ain't doing all of that. If I give them to you, then what's going to be the difference between Bob when he want to use? What's going to be the difference between Jim when he want to use? What's going to be the difference between the white dude said, well, let me use him to cut my buddy's hair. What's going to be the difference? So why would I give them to you? So to kill all of that, I don't give them to nobody because they my responsibility and that's how I carry it, right? Boom. He was like, I respect that. I respect that, son. I respect that. But at the same time, I started hearing little whispers. Then he's talking about, man, you know, boom, another dude in another block told me some stuff like, man, yeah, man, I heard PREME say you over there, you know, hogging the Clippers, man, acting like they yours. Boy, that right there, that's what started it. Yeah, you know, that's what started it. I'm like, what? You know, so I'm gonna pull up, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. I pull up on him, you know what I'm saying? When I get to the block, I pull up on him. I was like, look, let me holler at you for a minute, bro. So he was like, what's up? I was like, look, you said something to somebody about I'm over here hogging the Clippers. I won't let nobody use the Clippers and, you know, acting like they mines or something like that. Did anything like that come out your mouth to somebody in reference to me? He was like, no, ho, son, where that's coming from? Where that's coming from, son? Where that's coming from? You know, this slickness here, this that New York, where that's coming from, son? Where that's coming from? I'm like, man, look, I'm just asking you a question. It was brought to my attention that was said and your name was in it. Well, who said it, son? Who said? If you said it, you said it. If you didn't, you didn't. It don't matter who said it. I heard it. You know what I'm saying, son? Nah, son. I know where that came from, son. So I know that energy, son. I don't even participate in that energy, son. You know what I'm saying? I don't even participate in that. You know, I don't do that, son. I said, okay, look, this is what it is right here. Look, period. If that's what you said, obviously you not willing to tell me you said it. No, son. No, I said, well, obviously you not. I said, I ain't tripping. I said, I'm just letting you know. I don't think they mine, but they my responsibility. So if you had a problem with me not letting you use them, if you was, you know, who you say you are, you would have said something to me, not to somebody else. So I'm just letting you know for future references, don't mention me to nobody else if you got a problem with me. File your problem with me right here with me. You understand me? I said, that's all I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no love lost. It's all good. I ain't tripping. He was like, oh, son, me neither, son. You know, me neither. I said, okay, it's good. Boom. That right there, I knew from that little conversation right there, we won't gonna never be, you know what I'm saying, we won't gonna never be so, you know, like that. I knew that, you know, because I've had too many incidents, you know, because me, I look at people like that, they sneaky. You know what I'm saying? They smile in your face. You know what I'm saying? Those type of people. And that's the way I categorized him after that situation. And I believe 100% he did it. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Because that's what they do. They'll say that and then they'll go back like, nah, I can't get the Clippers, son. You know, he over there on top of them Clippers, man, like they his, man. You know what I'm saying? He guarding them for the people. You know, that type of stuff. That type of stuff right there gets you laid down in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Because you trying to, you know, low-key give somebody else a bad name or say something about them in the light of a police or something like that. Nah, that ain't nothing like that, bro. Ain't nothing like that. Ain't gonna never be nothing like that. That right there would get you hurt, you know. So like I said, I found that in my inventory, man, and I started looking at them in a way where as to I could see a potential problem down the line. You know what I'm saying? Because he was persistent. and what he was trying to do, get a barber's job. Then he started trying to get a job down in the jail, you know, as a barber. He just was on that job because he knew that job was the top pay, and and for to be from New York and had the name he got, he ain't had no hustle. He ain't had no hustle. He ain't had no penitentiary skills where he could generate money or he could produce stuff. He didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? But yet at the same time, you run around calling yourself supreme. You know, you run around supposed to be supreme knowledge, supreme born, and supreme wisdom and all this, but you ain't got no type of hustling skills. You going over to the kitchen trying to steal steak trays. You see what I'm saying? So this was my take on the situation, but I'm telling y'all this, but this was all that was in my mind. So at the same time, I'm just watching him, and I'm like, man, I'm seeing how he move, you know. And you know, as time went on, man, we bumped heads on a couple of other incidents too that was small, but they was building for me. You know what I'm saying? They were building and building. You know, I remember one time he had started playing the phone. Sometimes you get dudes that go through spurts with the phone. They can get the phone because they got somebody to call, somebody that's rocking with them, and then, I don't know, they burn their bridges or rub people the wrong way, and then all of a sudden they ain't got nobody they can call, and then they ain't using the phone for months. But when they are on the phone using it, they so happy that they are using it and got somebody to call that they try to hog the phone. They try to stay on the phone back to back to back to back, you know, which causes problems. But then you a big dude like him with a booming voice and you bark, dudes will be a little shy, especially cowards, you know what I'm saying? Real men ain't tripping, but cowards will be a little nervous. So he played to his size and he played to, you know, his name and what he was involved with, you know, the jab push dudes away with that passive aggressive. Or like he don't know what he doing when all the time he always know what he doing. So I remember one time I was next on the phone and the dude, I had asked the dude who was next and the dude said it was me. So I went on about my business, told him let me know when he was finished. So I'm up in the cell doing what I'm doing, and then about 10, 15 minutes later, I come back down, dude getting ready to get off the phone. So when he getting ready to get off the phone, I'm getting ready to go grab it. As soon as he get ready to hang up, I'm going to go grab it. Preem standing close to the phone, he getting ready to go grab the phone. So I'm like, I'm next, player. So he was like, nah, son, I'm next. I'm like, nah, I'm next, bro. I was behind him. So dude, he was like, son, and he's still holding the phone though. He got the phone in his grip. He was like, son, it won't after you. So dude was like, nah, man. I said, yo, who was behind you? So he was like, yeah, you was Bank. So I'm like, man, let me get that. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, man, that's wild, son, that's wild. So I get the phone, but he's steady walking away like, son, that's wild. Like he's trying to tell the other dude like he was next. But you know you won't. You know what I'm saying? It's little things like that, little petty things like that that can, boom, explode and turn into something real big. Because now I'm agitated. I'm getting ready to make my call, but I see him over there whispering and talking and walking around and all. See all those, I call them little funky moves, man. When you get to making them funky moves like that and I'm involved or it's an issue when I'm in, I get paranoid, you know, and then, you know, anything can happen, you know what I'm saying? So we was having little push and pulls like that, man, where I was getting to the point from just ignoring him to the point where I just didn't like him, you know, and if I get to the point where I just don't like you, then it's more than likely gonna be an issue, either now or later, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an issue because I can't tolerate that type of stuff for so long. And I'm in a position where I'm trying to get out of the penitentiary, trying to go home. I'm waiting on these parole answers and doing all this type of stuff and writing people and I'm programming and I'm on that straight and narrow. I'm trying to get out of the penitentiary. But man, these is the type of situations that'll come up, man, that you ain't even looking for, that you trying to avoid, that you already have been ultra passive compared to your normal, you know, characteristics. And that's what I have been on out of the way, in my opinion. I have been ultra passive compared to my original, you know, persona, the way I usually am. You know, my day-to-day life in the penitentiary. Because now I'm on a agenda, man. I'm on an agenda. I'm trying to leave penitentiary. I'm tired of the penitentiary. I need to get in the free world with the living. You know, we ain't living in here. We just surviving. you know, but then you got dudes like him, they on your heels. And then they play to that fact too, because they know that you trying to get out the penitentiary. You know, no matter what your reputation is, no matter what you have done and the work you put in, which is well documented, dudes also know your back is against the wall because you trying to get out the penitentiary. So they'll play to that. They'll test that. They'll see how far they can go, you know, and they do little stuff like that, man. And that stuff right there will, man, case in point, a dude could be on that and be waiting and all that and doing all this stuff, and he ignoring these type of things and that and stuff, and then get a turn down. And that right there alone was enough to shift his whole energy, whereas to now he done went from being passive to being ultra aggressive, because he done just lost his chance at freedom anyway, and he been letting you get away with all this foolishness, man, and hey, it can get ugly. It can get ugly, and it can get ugly fast. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, man, I stayed on. I tried to stay focused, but I watched this cat, man, and I watch him just manipulate and do stuff. Now, when we go on lockdowns, right, which we do, I'm a barber. I get the highest pay, so I got to help out in other areas sometimes to supplement for what they pay the barber. So if they feed and we on lockdown, they got feeders that come out, dudes that come out who got to actually push the carts around and give each tray each sell a tray and feed the tray and pick all the trays up, push the cart back out before they can let the block out. All of that type of stuff they do on lockdowns. So when we on lockdowns and they bring them trays and cots over there too, now like I say it's 84 people in there. Guess what? They gonna send 84 trays. They gonna send 84 desserts. They gonna count each and every one of them out, and they're gonna make you count them before you accept the cart, right? This is all understood, everybody know this. But yet and still, when they got something on the tray that everybody think might be good, or it might be a good trade, which none of them is good. To them, some of them is better than the others, but none of them is good, period. Don't make no mistake about that. So, when they do that though, you got dudes like PREME, that's the worst time in the bit for him. That's the worst time for him to be incarcerated. Number one, because he behind that door. Right? So he can't get out and go to the kitchen 3 times a day. So that means he can't steal them extra trays that he used to eating every day. He can't get them. So now he eating less because he ain't got no stove box in there. He ain't got no whole lot of food in there. He ain't got no whole lot of people sending the money in there. So he ain't got no whole lot of food in there. He living off of the state. He living off of the trays that he can steal. Now he can't steal them because it ain't number 3 trays gonna come in this slot per day. So that's where the larceny come out at. You know what I'm saying? That's where the larceny come out at. That's where the thing got to the point where I knew it was gonna be out of hand. It just was a matter of time. Now it was on the clock. You know what I'm saying? Because what it is if I'm one of the dudes out there serving trays and there's only 2 other dudes, so there's only 3 of us out there serving trays. Every time I made it my business not even to be the one to serve on his side, because I can see this coming a mile away. Every day, and when I tell you every day, I mean every day we on lock, he got a problem with his tray. He got a problem with the breakfast tray. He got a problem with the lunch tray. He got a problem with the dinner tray. Every meal, something missing off of this tray. Something missing off of that tray. He's saying that because what he's doing is he's getting the tray in his slot. He's opening it up, looking, seeing what's on it, taking some food off, and then crying and telling the people this tray ain't right. They ain't put all the food on there. He need another tray just so he can have extra food, right? Just so he can have extra food. Now, the problem with that is when the trays come up short or something like that, or they got to trade them in, then the people gonna say all the trays was fit correct. Y'all got the tray, blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. So only person he got to do is he got to call us and tell us the tray ain't right. So now we got to take the tray to the people and tell the people that the tray ain't right. So you got to get the tray, take the tray to the police, say, the man say he ain't no bread on this tray and no dessert on this tray, right? So he say, they gonna ask you, well, did you look at the tray before you give it to him? Now what you supposed to say? No, I just gave him the tray. Well, you ain't doing your job. Look, I don't know. I'm just telling you, the man said the tray ain't right. You know what I'm saying? We say, well, you tell him then, you know, that's on him because he ain't getting no another tray. So now oh man, y'all gotta bring me another tray, son. I ain't going for that, son. And he making all this big noise. Hey, y'all need to check them trays, y'all. You know, he like trying to cause an uprising just because he want extra food. You see what I'm saying? And he doing this every day because he's starving in there. But you making your problems my problems. You see what I'm saying? You making your problems, me and the other dudes out here problems. You know what I'm saying? You trying to put us on Front Street just so you can eat extra food. You see what I'm saying? This is the dynamics you going through. Now when you say something or you confront them, then you stay struck. You see what I'm saying? You stay struck. You worrying about what the people think. Nah, I'm worrying about me. You putting me in the middle of your BS. You doing that. You know what I'm saying? I know you running game. I ain't like I'm going to tell him you running game, but why you gonna run game while I'm out here? You see what I'm saying? It's crazy, and this is the type of things you go through. So I made it my point not to even serve his tray. So when he get to hollering, hey, yo, one of y'all out there, man, my tray ain't right. I don't even never answer. I don't respond because I ain't give you no tray. You know what I'm saying? I tell him straight up, even if I'm the closest one, when he, hey, look, this tray ain't right here, man. This tray, I said, well, who gave it to you? Who put it in the slot? Beast. I call Beast. Give it to Beast. You know what I'm saying? Give it to Beast. I don't want it. Because I don't want to go up there and deal with the police. I don't want to deal with them at all if I don't have to. But now you trying to make me deal with them just because you running larceny. Just because you running game. You see what I'm saying? Man, it's a tricky world in that penitentiary, man. It's wicked. You know what I'm saying? You will be into something that you don't want to be in just because somebody else put you in it, and then they got a problem with it because they don't like the way you handle it. They don't like the way you facilitate their BS. Man, if you don't get out my face with this foolishness, man. So, yeah, man, this is how he was living. This is how he was moving, you know. So, I knew it was going to come to a head, man, and more than likely it was going to be about them trays. So, we on lock again, you know, and we serving. And here he come with the same old late BS, you know. Same old late BS. He wanted one of these trays extra so bad, he pulling all tight. He done dig on there, took everything off the tray and say people just put an empty tray in his cell. Like he ain't had nothing on it because he done took everything off, hid it in his little bowl over in the corner and telling the people this all that was on his tray. Out of 80-something people in the block, you the only one that got a tray. This is what the police told him one day. Out of 80-something people in the block, you the only one that got a tray every day that ain't got everything supposed to be on. Now, where that makes sense at? He talking about, hey, you tell me. I feel like y'all messing with me. I feel like y'all messing with me, son. You know what I'm saying? Man, cut it out. You know what I'm saying? So, he get mad one day when this tray is in there, this particular tray that he couldn't get nothing extra. He started hollering, trying to get everybody else in the block involved. Man, y'all throw them trays out there, man. Throw them trays. Them trays ain't right. They ain't got the right amount of this on there, the right amount of that. It's supposed to be this many ounces of this and that. Throw them out there, man. Throw them out there. And he said, man, don't nobody clean up, man. Y'all don't clean up out there. Y'all out there working. There ain't but 3 of us. Y'all don't even clean up, man. Throw it all. Throw the trays out there, son. Throw that out there. We got to make them respect us, son. You know, want everybody get behind him for his larceny. Throw him out there, son. But this when he messed up. Then he turned around and say, yeah, and y'all don't clean that stuff up. Make the COs clean it up, man. Don't do their job for them, man. No, that's a police job. Make the police clean that stuff up, man. Yeah, don't clean it up, man. You know, so I'm like, what? This cat that lost his mind now, he hollering, don't clean up. That's a police job. That's all I heard. That's all that went in my head. That's a police job. Man, I was livid. I said, I can't let this go. I go straight up to his cell. I say, man, hey, would you just holler out the door?
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.